Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News Today starts now.
Good morning to Missouri. Welcome to KOMU 8 News Today on this Wednesday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, 2021. I'm Megan Judy.
And I'm Noah Culpepper. Your time is 4:30. Tim Schmidt is in the Weather Center.
Yep, I'm Tim Schmidt. Looks like we have a chilly morning start for a lot of us. Our temperatures on your way out the door are currently in the 30s in a couple of spots. It's all thanks to high pressure out just west of Columbia, and it'll be a little cool enough for jackets here for your Wednesday morning. So far, temperatures outside, we're around 46 over the Columbia Regional Airport. We do have areas much colder than that, though, especially between Columbia and Kansas City, where some of the reported temperatures are around 37 in a few areas. We're at 37 right now in Macon. It's 38 in Versailles. 39 is the temperature out in Boonville. Coming up, a look at your Wednesday forecast.
All right, Tim, thanks. President Biden will give remarks on the progress of the American Rescue Plan today. The president will give remarks on American Rescue Plan Act, the $1.9 trillion economic stimulus bill passed by Congress and then signed into law March 11th. President Biden sent out letters earlier this week saying, in part, "When I took office, I promised the American people that help was on the way." He added, the American Rescue Plan makes good on that promise.
President Biden on Tuesday announced a new vaccination goal at the White House. The president wants to get at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine into 70% of American arms by July 4th, requiring an additional 100 million shots.
By July 4th is to have 70% of adult Americans with at least one shot and 160 million Americans fully vaccinated.
The target will be helped by getting vaccine access to more rural areas and harder to reach populations. The focus will also be on getting younger people to sign up for the vaccines by making it easier to find a vaccine location without an appointment and moving from mass vaccination sites to smaller facilities.
Speaking of vaccinations, let's take a look at the current progress of the COVID-19 vaccination efforts in Missouri. According to the state's dashboard, almost 38% of the population in the state has initiated vaccination. 29% is fully vaccinated. Health officials report more than 25,000 doses have been administered on average per day in the last week. In Boone County, 44% of people has initiated their vaccination process. In Cole County, 35.5% of residents has gotten the first part of the vaccine dose, and almost 30% of the people in Callaway County has initiated vaccination. That's all according to the state's vaccination dashboard.
If you want to get the COVID-19 vaccine, here's a list of some of the places where you can get it this week. Today, a walk-in only vaccination event is happening at the Harrisburg Lions Club. Also today, people can get the COVID-19 shot at the Columbia Boone County Department of Health. That event will continue tomorrow and appointments are required. Finally, a walk-in only vaccination clinic is taking place tomorrow at the Hallsville Community Center. And remember that we created a special section on our website dedicated to vaccine information from across mid-Missouri. Head over to KOMU.com/vaccine for up-to-date clinics and vaccine registration links. Happening tonight, the 2021 True False Film Festival will begin and last until Sunday. The theme is Nature of Uncertainty, and this year the fest is being held out at Stevens Lake Park. KOMU 8's Avery Everett is live in the park right now. Avery, what should people expect out there tonight and the rest of this week?
Good morning, Noah. Safety and spirit. That's what the artistic director of the True False Film Fest says will be prioritized this year. And while it may look different than previous years with a new location and new rules, he says this year is going to be special because the Columbia community is coming together once again. There are 4 movie sites here at Stevens Lake Park. There are also 2 sites outside of the park, including Ragtag and a drive-in theater outside of the Holiday Inn Executive Center. Masks will be required at all locations all the time, unless you're actively eating or drinking. Although this year is far from typical for True False, the artistic director called it a first moment of rebirth, bringing the community here together after the separation caused by COVID-19.
People come from all over the world normally to Columbia, and they love Columbia, and they love how Columbia embraces the fest. This year we know most of those people aren't traveling here. This year the fest really is for Columbia. And we hope our community and our communities show up and take part and have that first moment of kind of rebirth, right? This is going to be the first time for a lot of us that we are around other people in this way. And I think that's going to make for some really, really special and emotional and wonderful film viewing.
And seating here at the park will be based on a pod system. Come take a look. Pods are spray painted in blue. There's rectangles all across this hill. This is the sledding hill here at Stevens Lake Park. There can be up to 4 people inside each pod, and each pod is 6 feet away from the other ones. For more information on the fest, you can visit our website, KOMU.com. Reporting live in Columbia, I'm Avery Everett, KOMU 8 News.
All right, Avery, thank you. Today marks the 60th anniversary of the first American in space. Alan Shepard began the first American in space to travel on May 5th, 1961. A former MU professor and retired NASA astronaut says Shepard's mission made a lasting impact on space explorations that followed even hers. 30 years after Shepard traveled in space for the first time, Linda Godwin took off on her own first mission.
We had to start with that step to move along and to get to be where we are.
The retired MU professor says being an astronaut is something that will always stay with her. She says she hopes aspiring astronauts see more people who look like them and realize there's a world of possibilities.
Speaking of outer space, Jeff Bezos' space venture Blue Origin said it will begin selling tickets soon for rides on its space tourism rocket called New Shepard. The rocket is named after Mercury astronaut Alan Shepard, the first American to go to space. New Shepard will reportedly take passengers past the boundary of space on an 11-minute flight. Blue Origin did not say how much tickets will cost, only saying that details will come today for those who submitted their name and email on a form on the company's website.
I don't think I would submit my name yet. I think a couple more years, maybe.
Yeah,
Also,
let other people go first.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting too to just think it only takes 11 minutes to go from ground to, I guess, the definition of atmosphere and space?
You can get to the atmosphere before I can get to the grocery store.
Right, I was going to say.
Yeah, exactly.
It's faster than I can get home.
Yeah.
All right, well, roads moving pretty fast so far this morning. Looks like no issues so far for travel in central Missouri here on your Wednesday morning. Coming up, a look at your forecast, which is probably the driest day over the next 8.
The Missouri House passes a bill that will shield businesses from COVID liability. That's coming up after the break.
Live look over Columbia at 4:37. We'll be right back.